whole wall crooked because trusses are 3 inches longer at the top than the poles are at the bottom. The wall to the right leans outward. The wall to the left, where it was built from the left, leans outward that way. If you look right here, 5 inches was cut off the bottom of the rails to make it fit my crooked wall and the top support. And if you look, the garage door does not open all the way now. I've got 5 inches of opening that is now restricted because they cut 5 inches off the bottoms of the trusses. Now we get into just basic construction. Everywhere you see a piece of this green tape, you see some kind of a dent or a scratch or major scratches on entire metal sheets, up and down. Just scratches after scratches after scratches, bare metal showing on them. A lot of that. And then we get to the interesting part here, is how you cut out windows with a 4-inch grinder, not any kind of a cutter. And then when you screw up with your 4-inch grinder, you just try to hide it by putting a piece of screw in there. Just everywhere you see all kinds of grind marks. Just no consideration at all for whoever you're building the building for. Footprints on the side of your building. I'd say there's at least 30 screws that are either not all the way screwed in. More broken areas, grind areas. And then they ask me, well, what is wrong with the building? We're done, aren't we? The best part is the trim. This is what is considered trim in ToolTime's. Oh wait, yeah, we didn't get it long enough, so we'll just add a little piece right here. And if you look, it is all the way around the entire shop that way. Not to mention my enclosed pole barn is not enclosed. I have a 6-inch gap throughout the entire building around the top. And everywhere you see one of these pieces of green tape, there are some kind of defect in craftsmanship down through here. And if you look at the top, there's some more of that wonderful trim all the way down the side of the building. Yep, that's trim. More screw defects. I mean, look at this. This happens all the time throughout the building. Oh, I missed. Oh well, no big deal. We'll just put screw back in there. Don't worry about it. Screw's not in all the way. More dents and dings from not being able to screw a screw in. I mean, most of them you just wonder, how in the heck did you screw it up that bad? I'm not sure what you do when you screw them up from the bottom like that and then still mess up. Or this glorious trim. This is a nice one. Look how this one is just so flush and clean looking right here. Same junk. Get to the back. More scratching, denting, just shoddy construction work. And then these look like they were damaged before they even got here. Well, let's throw them up anyway. More scratches. Trim. This one actually almost sits flush, but then you get to the top, since it's flush on the side of the building, you got a pretty nice gap up here at the top. Not sure what they were going for there. Got some more scratches, more scratches, scratches. This is a nice one right here, I think. Oh, whoop, we put this one in a little too low. Some concrete there. I'm not sure what this screw is for. He's just right there in the middle. Oh, let's put him somewhere. More paint missing all the way down on that one. Then we get into when they finally did some caulking. This is the caulk job that you can get from them. Wonderful. Caulk everywhere. Oh, more grind marks where they're cutting the hole out with a 4-inch grinder. More dents and dings. Pretty much every panel in this shop has got some kind of a defect in it. I think this one's best. I don't need to put that screw all the way in. More screws at odd angles. And still have this wavy, paper thin flashing, calling it trim all the way down the shop. Then when you buy a 40 by 60 door, spend well over $40,000 on it, they go to a mobile home store to buy the cheapest possible door they can find that hinges on the outside and is paper thin aluminum and a foam core door. Plenty of security there. This one's even better here. I hope nobody ever grabs a hold of that and tries to steady themselves and cut their fingers. But why would that be a concern? Not your building, right? And then they're asking for final payment on this, and I was like, when are you going to finish my building? And they're like, well, what else do we need to do? You see here on the front too, since the trusses are way too long, how much the walls are pushed out versus the metal that is actually level. And the absolute best part, see if we can catch it, is every one of the trusses are bent to mount to the pole to try and make up for that. And there's air in between every single one of them. Sorry it's so shaky, but I'm trying to zoom in so you can see every one of them on both sides of the shed. We'll walk over to the other one real quick here. You can see it too. Once again, not an enclosed barn, semi-enclosed, I guess is what you would call this. And same thing on this side. Oh yeah, why in the world would you worry about the trusses not being bolted to the top of the poles? Let's just go ahead and put everything together, and hopefully the homeowner doesn't pay attention to that. Once again, the entire way down this side too. As you can see, it's not just a small gap, and that's bending the metal to try and make it work. One last thing, this building was contracted July 13th. It is now October 27th. If you look, I still don't have the anchors installed in my walls, and yet he's expecting some sort of final payment. And even better, July to October 27th, you're talking 3.5 months. I still don't have plans for the building. So there's no way we can pass a final inspection. Don't have any plans. Those two walls you just saw, no. And then finally, they were like, oh yeah, maybe we should start putting some of these anchors in the wall. So then from here on and the rest way around, I do have anchors. But half the building does not have anchors in it. And one last little segment outside, if you notice. Bare wood showing. And not enclosed. Gotta love that trim job though.